Guys, here we go. We're here and ready to rock and roll. We have 6 NBA games, solid amount of NHL games, and kind of getting ready to look ahead to as well for college football in the NFL. So for the next hour, we're going to be placing a bunch of bets, going over some of my favorite strategies, kind of talking through specific individual picks. The idea of these streams is to teach you how to fish. Obviously, you can tail some plays for free and slips, but also to show you how I love to use my best friend OddsJam and their tools and how I specifically use those tools and what I'm looking for. So I already have the DFS kind of teed up, ready to go. We got Taco Tuesdays here with PrizePicks as well. We got some discounted slips over on Better. So let me go ahead and minimize myself and let's have a party. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so speaking of Better and their discounts, we'll first take a look at Anthony Edwards under 29.5 points. If you're playing this on like a 5-man slip on Better, you can get it at minus 116 odds. Somebody wants it at minus 120, and they have almost $3,000 that they won on this. They put this on no vig. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I think I already took the Jimmy Butler project. I can't remember if I did or didn't from this morning. But we're going to look to take Anthony Edwards under on his points. I took his discount over 26.5, under 29.5 here. Okay, and I'm going to take the Jimmy Edwards discount. Let's look at maybe Jaden McDaniels over on points. Okay, what about Kuminga? Big matchup tonight with the Thunder and the Warriors. I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a dandy. It's not really a good price to Pinnacle. For the sharp money tool, someone wants $1,800 at minus 116 odds. Okay. Where else can I find a play here on Better? Buddy Hield. This is all like Warriors Thunder's value at the moment, but it's decent to FanDuel. It's all right to Pinnacle. What's going on, Daniel? How is, man? 11 p.m. Yeah, I know it's a late one, man. Hopefully I can, help get you to sleep, get you some last-minute bets for sure about that. I appreciate you guys kind of hanging out and tuning in. So NT was asking, can you explain how sharp money works? Yeah, I've made videos in the past. I would definitely recommend, I'm going to answer it right now, but obviously what I can do is share a link with you. That is a video I made on the OddsJam channel about a week or two ago that talks through specifically how it works. So how the sharp money tool works is that exchanges like NoVig and ProfitX have unlimited liquidity. You can bet whatever you want on NoVig ProfitX. You cannot bet $100,000 on an NBA player prop on FanDuel. You can on ProfitX and NoVig. So because of this unlimited liquidity, people can create markets. You can create a bet. You can put the odds that you want. You can post how much money you want to bet it. Because of this, if I'm a professional bettor that has a very large bankroll, over $100,000, I'm not interested in betting $200 on BetMGM. And if I'm a professional bettor, I probably am limited on BetMGM to like $20, right? So if I'm looking to bet thousands of dollars on player props, I don't go to DraftKings. I don't go to BetRivers or Bet365 because I can't get that money down on those books. So I come over to the exchanges. That's where I can get my money down. So because the exchanges accept unlimited amounts of money, you can see a Buddy Hield play where somebody wants $1,800 on his under 8.5 points. So what the sharp money tool does is say, okay, this person really wants Anthony Edwards under 29.5 points for almost $3,000. They want it at minus 120 odds because they're offering you the opposite. They're offering you to bet the over 29.5 at plus 120 odds. That means they want under 29.5 at minus 120 odds. Well, we can receive a better price over at Better on this Anthony Edwards play. So the idea and the strategy is a little bit different because you're not just going after this isn't always going to be top-down sports betting like on the Positive EV tool where you're looking for an outlier price. This is professionals that have a model that say, yo, go bet Anthony Edwards and bet it between this odds range and this odds range, and you'll be very happy. And so that's what this is. Spartan, what's going on, man? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. Saints fan, what's going on? Trying to find this play. Where is this? This is... There it is. It's this video right here. So if that explanation, if you forget about that explanation, Rick, how are you, my friend? There's the link for the video. So, do I have success live arbing with Bookmaker? I don't really live arb with Bookmaker, and I don't really live arb much nowadays. I mean, it's not because live arbitrage is dead or you can't do it. It's just it doesn't really do it for me, I guess I could say. Doesn't get me as excited. Still working on this. Oh, wait, did I get my better slip? No, I didn't get. Sorry about that, but I want to make sure I get this back on track with sharing some plays with you guys. Ooh, okay, Bagley under 13.5 points. I can do that. I like that. All right, let's take this play right here. This is a 3-man slip, perfect entry. I'm taking the discount on Jimmy Butler on better because I already used my Anthony Edwards discount earlier this morning. I'll share this link with you guys. This is a 3-man slip over on better. Max, so the recommendation here is that the person that wants this Anthony Edwards play wants it at minus 120 odds. So the sharp money tool is going to show you plays where you're receiving a better price than what the liquidity is getting down on this play. So this guy wants it at minus 120. The tool is going to show you other sports books that are offering you a better price, right? Offering a better price. That's where it is. Really good question though. And it can be a confusing tool, but there's some utility here with it, no doubt about that. I feel there is. So McCollum under 20.5 points. Somebody wants this at minus 125 odds. So if you play this on a 3-man entry on PrizePicks with no insurance, or a 5 or 6-man entry, you're getting it at a better price. So that's kind of how it goes. That's how we're looking for it. So PrizePicks. EK, no problem, man. Irish, appreciate that. Bagley bumped. Kuminga. I don't know how I feel about Kuminga. Maybe Irish on Kuminga. We'll be going over the tool and checking it out here in a second. So McCollum and EK, I hear you loud and clear, brother. We're on our way there. After PrizePicks, we normally go to Underdog next, so we'll be getting there in just a second. Appreciate you. Under 20.5 points in McCollum. Okay. And then the taco, what's the taco right now? Did they know? Or are we in between tacos at the moment? Not going to lie, guys. I caught the early taco, but then I didn't catch the next taco. All right, so McCollum over there. McDaniel's over on his points. I'm okay with this. Over 13.5. That's fine. Then let's go over the optimizer with PrizePicks. Let's figure out the rest of this slip. If I move a little fast on the tool, guys, my apologies. I've been using the software for 4 years, so I know it like the back of my hand. So I just kind of know, for the most part, how to navigate it fairly well. Love to see we almost have 70 people on in the stream right now, on and popping. Love to hear it. Welcome in, guys, as we're looking at the under on McConnell. Honestly, if you want to take McCollum's under on his PRA too, I don't mind this at all. The under 20 is fine. Actually, I like the under PRA a little bit more than just the points. What else can I get to? Man, it can't be easy. Can't be easy in terms of just finding the under 5. Like, this looks really good to FanDuel, even though it's only at 5 and not 5.5. Going out on a bit of a limb, a little bit on this one. Jordan Walsh. Oh yeah, this is the dude that looks like Charlie Villanueva that has like no hair on his body. I forget what Ryan Shazier of the Steelers used to have this. 3-pick entry, guys, no insurance. I'm going to share the link here. Just got submitted. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's copy this over. All right, there it is. Let's take a look at Underdog. See what we got going on. Appreciate that, Saints fan. Yeah, Saints fan, obviously, it's a good example, too. The 3K on Anthony Edwards is a 12x multiplier to Pinnacle. So what does he mean by that? Well, Pinnacle is taking right now $250. So 250 times 12, right? Didn't think I was going to be busting this out today. Dude, where are you? There you are. $3,000. So it's a little bit less than that. It's like 11x multiplier. Yeah, a little bit below that. Okay. So anything that's really a 5x multiplier or higher is something that I'm very interested in. So that's why I like the Anthony Edwards play. Over on Underdog. Let's go. Guys, you can play 5 and 6 pick entries. It's not my, I don't do that anymore. I'm too old for that kind of stuff. You can run with it. You're going to run into a lot of variance, like an insane amount of variance. Like you think you're doing something wrong after losing 10 slips in a row, and you're not. But that's just the variance that you can run into with 6-man slips and 5-man slips. So I stick to 3-mans because there's still crazy variance on 3-mans, but it's not nearly as insane as 5 and 6. So you just won't catch me really. I'll play the Flex Fridays on PrizePicks. That's pretty much about it. Back in my younger years, I used to mess with them. Not no more. Cam Whitmore. Yeah, I'm cool with Cam. So this is on over here on Underdog. And that already bumped. So that's cool. Underdog bumps really fast. And normally this time of day, things bump a lot. For Mikey who asked why. No, Mikey, I'm not skipping your question at all, brother. I got like 50 things going on in the chat right now. Why is OddsJam so expensive? Got me. You got to ask Alex. You got to talk to the team. I'm not the one that sets the pricing, my man. I'm not dodging you. So I have no idea why it is what it is, or why they set the pricing, or what they determine, or why they didn't decide to lump the sharp money to win with all platinum plan users, and now they're charging it like a la carte. I have no answer for you, man. I'm sorry I can't provide you more context, but I'm not really sure. But I'm definitely not dodging your question. I just don't really know why. Underdog, let's see. What else we got? Let's refresh the page. Let's see what else we have. Okay. So the problem with the coward play is that it's under 22.5 and it looks good to Pinnacle, not great to FanDuel. It's not great. And the same kind of here with Vassal. So this time of day, guys, I really think that FanDuel is fairly sharp when it comes to NBA player props. So I normally like to use a blend of Pinnacle and FanDuel. And basically, because we don't necessarily have that right here, like we don't have like the EV custom formula tool that can tell us what's what. So I have to like kind of figure this out in my head and just kind of doing a little bit of this isn't great. And same with Vassal. So if you really do think that Pinnacle is just up here for sharpness and FanDuel's down here, then by all means, play the Vassal play the coward play. But not really what I'm into. Same with Peyton Pritchard. So unfortunately, I don't have anything for Underdog. We'll have to come back later to take a look. I know we shared a better slip earlier, but if the plays bump, let's take just another peek to see what we have going on. Yeah, Max. So, I mean, to go a little bit further, professional sports bettors don't use the positive EV tool. Professional sports bettors don't say, hey, I'm going to go bet CJ McCollum at BetMGM because it's minus 110 and all the book's average odds is minus 128, right? Because professional bettors they can't bet $5,000 on a player prop on Fanatics or Caesars or DraftKings. So professional sports bettors have models, or they hire originators who have their own models. And then the model tells them, play CJ McCollum from this price to this price, right? It's like if you were shopping to buy steaks at the grocery store and you're like, I'm willing to pay anywhere between $10 to $20 for a New York strip steak. Like you don't necessarily have to get it at $10. You're like, oh, I'm willing to buy it between here and here. Just like if you're buying a car, I'm willing to pay $35,000 to $40,000. I'm not willing to pay $45,000. So you have a bit of a range. So when you're using the sharp money tool, the idea here is we're going to switch this over now to just the rec books. The idea here is that you're willing to take a bit of a range with this. That's the way I look at it, at least. Did I screw this up? No, it's okay. So like Anthony Edwards here on DraftKings, I'm willing to go anywhere between 5 to 8 cents of the price. Meaning, what is the professional bettor that I wants it at? They want it at minus 125. I'm willing to go 5 to 8 cents higher than that price. So minus 130 to minus 133. That's really what I'm looking to do. Back over here on Better real quick. We got a lot going on, guys. Chat's popping. Appreciate the questions. Try to get to as many as I can. Not much. And I'm not forcing the slip, guys. To force a slip, if it's not there, it's just not there. No doubt about that. So let's go over to Fliff. We'll come back towards the end of the stream to kind of take a look to see what else we have. All right, minimum data points. Let's go 3 minimum data points. Minimum data points just means we want at least 3 other sportsbooks odds on top of the odds that we're receiving. So Ohio State on the money line against Indiana. This is only 4 cents off to what Pinnacle's price is. So, I don't think MGM or DraftKings is very, very sharp when it comes to college football money line plays. And this is only 4 cents off to Pinnacle. I'm looking for at least 8 cents or higher of a difference in price. So, not really anything that I'm excited about on Fliff. For DraftKings Pick 6, we will show Dabble here in just a second. For any of my Dabble users, just sit tight. I got you. McCollum under on points. 11 cents off to FanDuel, 9 cents off to Pinnacle. I don't love the play, but it's okay. I have 2 books that agree on this. So over on Pick 6, we got a bunch of stat slices too, guys. Pick your poison. I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson right now. And then grab this McCollum under. Hopefully we can... Yeah, it already bumped. Already bumped. Fun. Mitchell, no. Julius Randle, no. And again, guys, this isn't because I think that Mitchell's going to have a bad game or Randle has a bad matchup. This is just looking at the sports books and the prices that they have set and trying to find value in terms of the price. Quickly, don't like that. Sadiq Bey, under on points. It's fine. It's not incredible. It's probably a very, very slim edge, and it bumped as well. So everything's bumping on DraftKings Pick 6. Feels almost impossible. It's like DraftKings Pick 6 is watching the stream right now. They're like, good luck, kid. Pajemski, again, it's... Because FanDuel's at plus 109, up 22.5. So even though we're getting a discount of 21.5, this is 30 cents then that we have to get back to. And I have to imagine that if FanDuel has this line minus 120, maybe minus 130 at best. So it's not a great play. Not a great play. Good to hear that. Iris just said I paid $1,500 for the OJ Gold and got a free week trial. Paid off the entire year on day 8. OJ is worth it. Appreciate that, man. Listen, guys, obviously, OddsJam is my best friend. There's a lot of other softwares out there that are competitors, right? I'm here to teach you sharp sports betting and how I love to use OddsJam to do so. But everything that we're going through today can be applied to any software. So, I'm going to tell you that, you're going to make the most money with OddsJam. I understand it's very expensive. Find a software that works best for your budget, and then just take these principles and betting strategies and apply them to whatever tool that you're using. Because it's all the same strategies. Whether it's unabated, odds view, pick the odds, it's bookie beats, it's all the same. They all got arbitrage, they all got positive EV. Maybe some middle betting, it's all the same. So you'll be able to use this wherever you want to go. Speaking of arbitrage, let's give a little love to my arbitrage people. What's up, Dr. Slips? Yeah, no doubt about that, man. Yeah, well, and obviously the other thing that we want to focus on, when you guys are using the Sharp Money tool, okay, if somebody's got $1 billion on a play, right, and it's telling you to bet this on the Sharp Money tool, remember, no matter how much we love or hate a play, we want to stay within that 1 to 3% of our bankroll per play. If you really love a play, aggressively, you're putting 3% of your bankroll on a play, okay? If you're being conservative, 1 to 1.5%, you're kind of neutral. For me, it's neutral, right? So if somebody on the sharp money tool posts liquidity on Anthony Edwards for $130,000 on his under, don't go bet the farm on the play, right? Just take it up to 3%, maybe max, 3 units at the most, right? Because you don't want to go broke because you followed one play. That's gambling, right? Edge betting is getting down volume, accumulating your edge, and letting your edge play itself out over the course of the long run. So don't deem it off of one play. All right, so when it comes to arbitrage betting, understanding your sports books is really important, right? And when you're new to sports betting, everything's like, when you're new to this kind of concept, or maybe you're new to sports betting with this style, with edge betting in general, it can be a lot to take in. So like on no vig will never limit you. No vig and ProfitX will never, ever limit you. So this bridges play right here, right? There isn't a lot of money over here. But the point is that you can bet loose change on no vig. They don't care. So, find your bet sizes in nice round numbers, right? Whether that's $50 or 75. Don't worry, okay? The rec book here, SportsZeno, we want to appear like a casual sports bettor to them. So don't bet loose change on SportsZeno. So in this particular opportunity, you can bet loose change on no vig. They don't care. But SportsZeno, no one bets $50.22, right? So just keep this at a nice, even, round number on your rec books. Now, with like the DraftKings Fanatics play here, they're both rec books. So this is where, this is perfect numbers in terms of 80 and 100. This is really nice. If you're wagering less than that, then just make this $50 and $40. Don't put $40. Don't put $41. No casual bettor bets $41. Just bet $40. Bet $50. End your bet sizes in zeros and in fives. We're trying to appear like a casual sports bettor. This is a women's college basketball play, so you don't want to be betting crazy loose change. Paul George, same thing here. No vig. There's only $126. I'd probably lock in this side first because there's lower liquidity, right? On the Mikal Bridges play, honestly, if I was trying to lock in this arb, I wouldn't even do it. $65 is not enough money to give me enough time because every person that has OddsJam that has no vig is trying to go grab that $65. So you don't want to go place this bet on SportsZeno, try to go over to no vig, and then next thing you know, you're like, shit, I can't get this. So just move on from it. You want to go after plays on the exchanges that are showing decent liquidity. Like this Edgecombe play is, no pun intended, it's on the edge for me because it's at 153 over on 4CX, an exchange I could use in Arizona. That's I'd race over to 4CX and lock that side in, right? But if you come across a play where there's $1,000 on like no vig or $1,000 on ProfitX, go bet the rec book first, and then go bet no vig and ProfitX. If you guys are finding any of this information insightful or helpful at all, it helps me out a lot if you subscribe to the channel, but only do so if you actually find value in this. But I appreciate you, and for those the DGens OGs, obviously love you, really appreciate it. Maddie, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, no doubt about that, Wilbo. I mean, the sharp money tool was the first kind of tool where we're able to actually see, like 3 months ago, I had, if I just saw like a lot of money on ProfitX, I didn't know. I had no idea. But now we actually have a tool that can show us different types of plays. So here's a play on like Jared McCain. Honestly, I don't love this setup on this play, okay? Why? Because there's like 4 different people that are all wagering about $1,000. Okay, what I specifically like to look for is like earlier, the Anthony Edwards play. There was one person that posted $3,000 or $2,900 on this play. I like to see one person post a lot of money. I don't like to see a bunch of penny jumpers for $500 a pop or $1,000 a pop. That's not really my jam. It's not what I'm saying. And again, guys, this kind of tool incorporates more of a bottom-up sports betting approach, okay? Positive EV betting, what we use with a tool is top-down, but this is more bottom-up. This is what the pros incorporate a little bit more of. So on Buddy Hield, Hard Rock, guys, is an extremely soft book. You can have a great time. But outside of Hard Rock, somebody wants this at minus 115 odds. We're getting into the lower amount of liquidity here. Like this is less than a 5x multiplier to Pinnacle. I typically don't mess around with this, right? Now, $250 limit, it's a little bit different. Little different. So like Rudy Gobert not to record a double-double, this is at minus 145. Honestly, this is just a positive EV play on SportsZeno or MGM. It's like 25 to 35 cents off to Pinnacle. So this particular play on Rudy Gobert isn't necessarily a sharp money play. It's just you're getting a really good price. And so some of the plays on this tool, you are just getting a really good price. Other ones are there. And I agree with Wilbo. Just because someone posts a bunch of liquidity, it doesn't mean it's the lock of the century. It doesn't. So, this is a tool that you want to take conservatively, cautiously. Any strategy outside of really arbitrage betting, you want to tread softly with positive EV betting. You don't want to dump 10% of your bankroll on one play just because you see a bunch of liquidity on a certain play. Speaking of positive EV betting, let's take a look at some NHL anytime goal scorers. I've shared the screenshot before, guys. 2 months in, it's been insane. We've been having an incredible run on NHL goal scorers. I'm going to share my setup and filters with you right here absolutely for free so that you can copy and paste this, because the whole basis of these streams is to teach you how to fish so that you don't need to watch these streams anymore, so that you can do this on your own time whenever you want and kill the sports books. It's all about making as much money as we possibly can on the sports books. That's what it's all about. So over here, Zach Hyman. One thing that's, we're DVigging to Pinnacle. Okay, so we're DVigging over here, minus 150 plus 250 odds. You can take this beyond plus 250, but I like to go after the first liners and sometimes second liners, right? I want to go after guys that are getting first power play minutes and that are on the first line or maybe the second line. I don't want to bet the third or fourth liners for plus 800 odds. I don't care about that. We're looking Pinnacle and we're using additive. Leagues NHL, markets goal scorers, player goals. That's all it is. Custom date range, you could do it for today, 7 days. The date range doesn't really matter because I'm focusing on betting plays for today. So normally DVigging to Pinnacle, you see a lot of circa value. I only bet overs, guys. I don't bet unders. That's the strategy. So over here on Zach Hyman, circa, this is the play. I would not play this. Let me take a look at FanDuel. FanDuel's on the edge here. All right, FanDuel's 2.5%. I can get down with the FanDuel play. Really, 3% or higher, I love. I'll mess around with plays that are 2%, 1.5%. Zach Hyman over at FanDuel. Obviously, for those of you that are in Missouri, welcome in. You guys finally got sports betting legalized. You can go to DraftKings, guys. You can go to Fanatics. You can go to FanDuel. Circa, I wouldn't bet this anywhere else. Or the score. The score is great as well. The score is actually a bit better at 240. Shout out ESPN Bet the Score. So bet Zach Hyman. Curious right now what I can bet on the score. Probably not a lot. Hyman plays for Edmonton for those that aren't hardcore hockey guy or just don't follow hockey too closely. Do not, and by the way, guys, if you have this play, if you can get this play less than 230 plus 230 odds, don't play this. All right, so what can we bet Zach Hyman at? Trying to bet $50, just checking it out. Ooh, they'll let me bet 50. Okay, I can bet more than that now. Let's try $100. How about 150? That's all I got in the account. They'll let me bet. All right, they're just saying now $10. Let me see if I can get this for 100. No, they're only going to let me bet $10. All right, I figured. Limits didn't really change much over there, so we'll go over here to FanDuel. By the way, guys, when I go through these plays on the screen, OGs and DGens know this, and the regulars here in the stream, I actually put my money where my mouth is. I actually bet. I actually place the bet on the stream for you, so you actually watch me do it. So, like, there's a lot of people out there that sell you picks, and they don't actually place the bets. When I go on my live streams, I actually place my bets. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually really, really believe in what I do. And I believe that you can make money off the books. So at plus 230 odds here on Hyman, I should wager $69. And we've been so hot with it, I'll just go up to $100. And there we go. There's Zach Hyman, $100 on FanDuel. Couldn't get as good of a price, but still decent. Still decent. I'm still happy with that. It's a 2.5% edge. Bet Tracker's free at OGM, guys. Check it out. I don't mean to sound cocky. I sound cocky. It's just that there's a lot of people out there that don't actually show you the bets that they place. You never actually see them do it. And that really bothers me because they're not transparent. And I try to be as transparent as I possibly can on these streams. Connor Bedard, obviously this is going to be a circa play. Anything above plus 192 is solid. Again, you're going to see FanDuel have some value, but at 195 on FanDuel, that's a tough one. It's tough. Brandon, and then anything below 1%, I basically don't touch. And I do have BetMGM selected. I have, DraftKings. I have all these other books selected, guys. What you're going to notice is certain markets, DVigging to certain books, you're just going to see certain sports books always pop up with value, right? This happens all the time. So with NHL goal scorers, FanDuel is definitely a book that you can go absolutely ham on when it comes to NHL goal scorers. Kind of similar with baseball when you're betting anytime home run props, you'll see certain sports books just always provide really good value. If you guys have any kind of profit boost, you could throw this on here, but that's pretty much it. I would not mess around with anything from Brandon Hagel down. It's just not worth it. Connor Bedard would be a circa only play, and Zach Hyman. So let's kind of move on from that. Yeah, Irish. I mean, when I was at Bet Bash, which was in August, so the NHL season wasn't going on, I spent most of my time at circa. That's where Bet Bash was being held at. A lot of the events were there. Circa's a great book. Really like the craps tables at Circa too. And yeah, I mean, Circa is a really straightforward, nice, a great book to have. It's a sharp book, but you can get money. You can get your bets down there without any problem. So I'm a big fan of Circa, no doubt. Let's go and take a look at some NBA player props. So I usually like to use FanDuel, but I've been using Pinnacle recently and seeing decent results. I don't mind what I'm seeing. We got a decent amount of NBA games, 6 on tap tonight, which is okay. I keep a pretty tight odds range, guys, when we're betting NBA player props. If I miss one of your questions, okay, email me or DM me it. Don't mean to miss anything, guys, as the stream kind of rolls along. But please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Trust me, just like everyone else here, I started out sports betting at the very beginning, and I know what it's like when you're first starting out and you're trying to kind of figure out the ropes, what all this means. There's a lot to kind of catch up on when it comes to this. Paul George over on his PRA. You can get this over 24.5 at plus 125. Let me check out Underdog NBA on X because I want to find out. They said he was a game time decision. Oh, no, he's in the lineup. Okay, he's starting. So Sixers are going with Maxey, Edgecombe, George, Barlow, Drummond. Good to know. Quentin Grimes did get ruled out. Again, guys, would highly recommend following Underdog NBA. Really, all the underdogs for NFL, NBA, MLB. They're very good with up-to-date injury news. They're the best. So, all right, good to know. Good to know. So George is going to play. This is an ARB to Pinnacle. Obviously, if you don't have Sportsino, I just opened this play up to see if anybody else has anything close to it, and they don't. Sportsino, this could be considered a palpable error by Sportsino. It's that insane. Klingon is playing tonight. Fanatics. You can get this on DraftKings or FanDuel. So let's take a look at this line movement. This is another telltale sign. Whenever I can bet something on FanDuel that's 2 cents off to Fanatics, oh my God. Fanatics is such a joke to beat as a sports book. Like, this is what I love to see. Oh, yeah, baby. We got to go. We got to go right now. We cannot mess around here. You can go to DraftKings, guys, or Onyx. I'm going to go over to FanDuel. And I should bet this at what? 118. I should bet like $350. This would be a big old bet for me. Big old bet. Where's Klingon? Plus 108. Shit, they already moved it? Dude, they already moved it? Let me double check all his lines here. Yeah. At plus 108, it's not nearly as good. So that sucks. Can I go over to Onyx and bet this? Plus 108, it's not nearly as good as plus 118. And plus 117, I'll gladly take it. But you see that, guys, on the screen, like Pinnacle moved. They moved a ton. This is the kind of what you want to see within the last 30 minutes. A sharp sportsbook moves in a certain direction where you want to go ahead and pick off the rec book. All right, Klingon over 9. This is still there. So I'm going to try to bet like $250 on Onyx. Let's see. FanDuel just moved to plus 100 again on this play, by the way, guys. They just moved 8 cents. They were at plus 108. That's fine. That's fine. Take it for $230.40. I don't care about Onyx. I get limited. Come on. Oh, this drama's killing me. We got to go. There was an issue placing my bet. No, there's no issue, man. No issue. We're not going to get it. Oh, man. Oh, we got it. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. So for him to get over 9.5 points, I mean, FanDuel was just at plus 118. They moved to plus 108. Now they're at plus 100. So, like, it's Pinnacle moves. FanDuel then provides us more confirmation that it moved. And again, Klingon might go out there, guys, and score 2 points tonight. But I just know that this process works. This is what you want to go after. You want to go after a book, like a sharp book, that moves in a specific direction. Then one of the largest rec book in America moves after this. And I'm sorry I'm talking so long about this play, guys, but this is like really, when you're betting player props, this is what you want to see, right? Exactly what you want to see. First off, a book, that's Fanatics, that at the time, FanDuel was close to Fanatics. Now, Fanatics just moved 10 cents. Now, DraftKings is the stale book. So, this is fantastic. Oh, love that one. Let's see if we can find another one of those. That's so good. So good. There we go, Dr. Slips. There we go, man. Yeah, that's what we want. And so when it comes to DraftKings or Onyx, guys, I'm always willing to try to nuke my Onyx account because I don't really care as much. DraftKings is a little bit more important to me. So if I have the choice, if you guys have the choice between those two books, go nuke your Onyx account first before DraftKings. But I'm in on that. All right, let's look at this Edgecombe play. This is an ARB to Pinnacle. This looks really, really good. Now, this is the opposite. This is the opposite, guys, and this is something that I'm not going to touch. DraftKings is a book that just moved within the last 5 minutes. They were at plus 114. They moved to plus 123. If you guys are using your mobile phone, do not use the OddsJam app. In order to see line movement, use your browser on your cell phone, and that's where you'll be able to click into these plays and see the line movement. Line movement is the number one indicator that you can use in terms of making your decisions with books. So you see Pinnacle's chilling here. When I'm placing a bet, I want to place a bet on the Klingon play, where the rec book is like this and the sharp book goes like this. On this play, the sharp book is here, right? And the rec book is going like this. I don't like that. So this, I'm not saying this play is not going to hit, but when I'm looking for specific plays to go after, I don't want to mess around with this. And I can see that FanDuel moved down just a little bit from plus 102 to plus 100. That's not enough movement for me. So I'm just going to move on from Edgecombe. That's really what I want to do. You always want to go after plays. It's still, what, a 6% edge play? It's really, really good. For those of you that are on this McCollum play, this has been an ARB to Pinnacle. When the plus odds number on the over is larger than the minus odds number on the under, it's a crossed market. Alex talks about this all the time. Crossed markets are a great signal outside of line movement from certain books that you just want to go place this bet over there. Let's see what else. For those of you that have access to Bovada, you can have a really good time betting NBA player props on Bovada. Literally, it's the number one thing I would bet if I had a Bovada account available right now. I would just smash the living shit out of bets for NBA props on Bovada. So this isn't quite an ARB to Pinnacle, but it's not far off. All right, we're looking on the under 8.5. A little bit of movement here from Pinnacle in the wrong direction. They were at minus 124. They moved to minus 113. But still, I'm fine with taking this over at Bovada. Cornet over 6.5 rebounds. Looks like that's gone. Let's refresh the page. Let's catch up with everybody. Daniel, what's going on? Opinions on the Duke Florida game? Yeah, I gave out a pick on Dub Club for the Duke Florida game. So I'm leaning towards Duke. I can tell you that much, my man. Derek Queen, EK on underdog. You were asking based on his over 13.5 points. Looks like now it's moved to under 14.5. I would say if you would have bet the over 13.5, that probably looked decent. Yeah, because Pinnacle's at under 13.5 at plus 137. So that means they're on the over as a favorite. So I'm probably a little late to the party. I do apologize there, but I don't mind that at all. Yeah, they're over 13.5 minus 137. Here's what I'll say, Key. Yeah. So FanDuel's at 4. Yeah, I can get behind that. I definitely like the Derek Queen play over 13.5 if you were able to get it then. Anton, no, I don't really do the king of the court thing. Or I don't have a sharp play. It literally would just be an opinion, and my opinion is not too strong when it comes to that. So just bet whoever you want, but I appreciate you asking. Most PRA for the night, it's obviously, guys, the only way that you could really go through and look at this is if you went and looked at the NBA and, go after the popular guys, I would say, that you would think that could go off. Maybe Jaylen Brown, maybe Jalen Brunson, maybe Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, SGA, though it's not a good matchup. The Warriors defense isn't too shabby, right? So I would lean probably some of those guys. Maybe you want to go a long shot, maybe a Derek Queen, right? But Anthony Edwards, those would probably be my picks. In the 76ers Wizards game, there's definitely a high over, or you want to go after the game that has the highest over under, which is Wizards 76ers, and then just take the player that has the highest points, rebounds, and assists, which probably is Maxey. So I'd go Maxey, right? That would probably be the king of the court play there. Right? That would be the only thing that I could really give you guys in terms of some insight there. Speaking of Mr. Derek Queen and Julius Randle, this is Bet Rivers Desert Diamond. Any Canby Sportsbook here, guys. This is an ARB to Pinnacle. This is 22 cents off to FanDuel, and it's, they just moved their odds because they knew they were way off. Way off. Even on MGM, it's still somewhat EV. Derek Queen under on his PRA. Speak of the devil. This is almost a low hold to Pinnacle. Almost. This is better over at Profit X. What do we got? I don't really like this. A lot of moving from FanDuel recently. I'm just going to stay away from that play. Don't like it. $400 on Buddy Hield. I wouldn't overthink this guy's too much on Profit X. I would just go bet this. 16 cents off to FanDuel. It's well off to Pinnacle. I'm fine with that. We talked about the cling and play. Oh, here we go. Naz Reid on the score, formerly ESPN Bet. We can bet this under over at FanDuel as well. So let's see if we get any movement here on Naz Reid. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. That's what I want to see. I want to see Pinnacle go from plus 100 to minus 106. Small movement, 6 cents, but I like that a little bit more. And the fact that the score and FanDuel have the same exact pricing, basically, I'm just going to go bet this on FanDuel. Clean and play did bump back up on FanDuel plus 104, but still, we got a really good price at plus 117. So we're looking at Naz Reid under on his points. And again, I could try to go bet this at the score, but I'm just going to go bet this on FanDuel plus 114. Looks like it already moved a little bit too, which is unfortunate. This is his alternate points, by the way, guys. So let's check this out. I only got about $400 left in the account. They'll let me bet $109. Again, if FanDuel wasn't afraid of me, they would just let me bet whatever I want. But if they think I know what I'm doing, then they only let me bet about $109 and change. So we're in on the Naz Reid play at plus 114 odds for 109 on FanDuel. Okay. Man, we're just flying through the stream right now. Kayshawn George, we're going to take a look at some college basketball plays. We got some big college hoops games tonight, guys. So after this NBA player prop, we'll kind of move on. If you guys want to bet the Draymond play, be my guest. It's only $87 out there. This is 13 cents off. It's not very good to bookmaker, but let's see who moved. DraftKings moved. FanDuel moved a little bit. Yeah, I don't particularly like the movement here. Pinnacle was at minus 109. They moved 7 cents. That's a big jump, though, that DraftKings made 5 hours ago. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go after this Keyshawn George play. Not my thing. All right, when it comes to college basketball, I really like to use Bookmaker. I might sound like a broken drum, but that's just it's what I like. It's really, really good. Bookmaker, worst case, let's look at college hoops mainline markets. The reason I like Bookmaker is because they take more money, typically, than Pinnacle. Not all the time, but typically. And for those of you that live in a state that has access to Circa, obviously on OddsJam, we don't know what Circa takes in terms of liquidity limits. This is where you can start to get a gauge using Circa, where this is a third sharp sportsbook. You can find out where their liquidity limits are. This can help you make some other decisions. So let's take a look. This is pretty much a Western Illinois Drake play that's all around. So one thing that I love to do is I just come over to Bookmaker and I create an account. If you guys aren't able to create an account with Bookmaker, again, I'm a big advocate of creating an account with them and BetOnline, and you don't have to make a deposit. But if you create an account, you're able to see then their liquidity limits, which is very, very critical. If you live in a state, though, where you can't create Bookmaker because maybe it's restricted, the next time you're traveling, just try creating a Bookmaker account in another state, and then you'll be able to come back home and log on to Bookmaker and take a look at their limits. It's just all about where you create the account, where your specific location is. Don't try to VPN. Just go to another state and go bet it, and then go create the account. So what I like to do on Bookmaker is just kind of pull up like what's going on with this Western Illinois Drake play, right? I got a bunch of different options here. So the over 137.5, you can see Pinnacle's taking $2,000. And over here, Bookmaker's taking about $1,200. So not much. This is one of those instances where Pinnacle's taking more. Probably I just won't touch it. This is an EV play, guys, whether you use Pinnacle or Bookmaker. Sportsina is pretty goated, but there wasn't any other books that we could really grab that. Let's look at Jacksonville at minus 10. Pinnacle's only taking $500. Again, if you go after the more popular, bigger Power 5 conference schools, there's more money in those games that you can bet on. So there's more confidence that you have in those types of plays. We got some big matchups tonight too. So Jacksonville minus 10. Bookmaker has the spread at minus 11. You can wager about $1,200. Pinnacle, I think, was like a $250 or $500. Yeah, too low. I got to go after some bigger schools. Let's find a bigger one. Washington State is obviously a slightly bigger school than Bradley. Bradley's smaller, Washington State, but there's $2K being taken right now on Pinnacle. Let me take a look at this over here. Under 146.5 on FanDuel. Love seeing, I mean, this is really good. Pinnacle and Bookmaker have the same price. Bookmaker's only taking $1,000. Pinnacle's taking $2K. But this is way off. Like way, way off. So I'm going to come over here and try to grab this. Now, the tough part, guys, with FanDuel, if you don't know betting college hoops, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So you have to come over here to all their alternate totals and spreads, and then you just got to click on a bunch of them, and it should be right here. What's the max wager, the size that I can bet on this? $117. All right, I'm in for my full max. Again, if I try to bet 118, you could see they only let me bet 117 spot 20. So I just take whatever they give me. There we go. This is way off to Pinnacle and to Bookmaker. Over 20 cents on both, guys. What do I mean by that? What's 28 minus 5 is 23. 28 minus 6 is 22. So anything that's 20 cents or more off on a market like this is fantastic. So I'm in for my max on FanDuel, on the under here with Washington State and Bradley. Iowa and Michigan State. This is one of our big matchups here. Iowa plus 6.5. $5,000 is right now being taken. You've seen Pinnacle just move from minus 140 to minus 137. Small movement. What is good old Bookmaker taking? Normally they take more money on their point spreads than Pinnacle does. Okay. So again, guys, the book that is offering the most money that you can wager on a play, that just tells me they have the most confidence. So Iowa State at plus 6.5. Here's why I don't always use Pinnacle as my sharp. Pinnacle's taking $5,000 right now. Guess what, folks? Bookmakers taking $23,550 on Iowa plus 6.5. Who do you think has more confidence in their line? Bookmaker or Pinnacle? I'll let you be the judge. So this is why I use Bookmaker as my sharp. Can be Sportsbook, guys. This is probably a 2 to 2.5 unit play here. Iowa, Michigan State. I'm going to try to bet as much as I can over here on Bet Rivers. Bradley just moved to plus 120. Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very good play. Very good. So let's look at Iowa here. College hoops, plus 6.5. And we'll try to bet 150. All right, we got it. I'm out of money on Bet Rivers. Hot dog. SEC, what's going on? Really appreciate you joining the squad, man. Joining the family. Means a lot. Your support means a lot. And all OGs and DGens, please welcome in SEC. I know you've been on the stream a couple of times, my man. Definitely noticed it. So really, really appreciate your support, going above and beyond to help me out. Again, guys, on my YouTube homepage, I have two different options for $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. You can become a member. And the biggest perk, one of the bigger perks about being a member, like being a DGen, is if you want to see a certain play or a certain sports book or a certain promo, I will literally stop the stream and move in that direction because of your support. So really, really appreciate that. Pick six plays Irish. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all, man. So for pick six, yeah, I know we didn't find much earlier, and we got a lot of good stat slices out there. I don't like the quickly play. Sadiq Bey, no Pinnacle line here, but this looks all right. It looks okay if you want to play the Sadiq Bey over 23.5. Mitchell, don't really care for that. Ingram, because of FanDuel, I don't really care for that either. Bey under on his points is fine. I know it seems counterintuitive to bet the over on his PRA. You can only put him on one slip. I'm fine with that. So we're going to have to just dig a little deeper to find something else. Again, the Pajemski play, not in love with it. Normally, I don't have to scroll this long to try to find something. Let's go to League to make this a little easier for myself. I'm okay with Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears for sure. Over 21.5 PRA. Already bumped to 22.5. Like, dude, DraftKings is just on another one right now. They're on one. I don't have a clue what's going on here. This is insane. I mean, normally there's 6 NBA games today. Normally we find stuff. I'm really scratching and clawing. Oh, this just moved on Fears to 21.5. The PRA just moved back to 21.5 from 22. So I'm back in on this again with my stats slice. Literally got to find one more. Give me one more. Come on. Johnson, not really. Shaden Sharp, not really. No. Bridges, no. And it moved back to 22.5. Dude. Yeah, Irish, I don't have anything here. There's nothing that's like, man, I got to play this. Like the Fears play for sure. I can't find a third pick. And then like, I haven't had this happen to me in a very long time. But these all stink. There's no value out there right now. Nothing at all. Let's go back over the sharp money tool. Let's refresh this to see what we have cooking. Top play, Zach Edey. Plus 175. This is just an EV play on SportsZeno. These plays on SportsZeno are definitely EV. Rudy Gobert is the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Buddy Hield, $1,100. Yeah, this is below my threshold. Sharp Money Tool kind of sucks right now as well. Not very good. Not very good at all. All right, so I like that Iowa plus 6.5 play. What else do we have? Let's look at some. We got any other real big matchups? Obviously, guys, we bet it at minus 129, so you can't really create a middle here on the Michigan State play. That kind of stinks. The Providence play on Caesars. Caesars, guys, is a book that you can have a lot of success with betting college basketball. This is a 3% edge play to Bookmaker. When I'm looking at Bookmaker, against Fairleigh Dickinson, Bookmaker has this spread at 27 for Providence. We can get this at 26. They're taking $2,600 here. So definitely something you might want to go after on Caesars. I don't mind this play on Providence. Plus, you're getting a little insurance here in case they win by 26. Missouri and Notre Dame. Feel like I'm already on one of those Missouri plays earlier. Dub Club, I know we're on something on here for sure. I don't know how I feel about this one. Don't really like it as much. Looking for the big schools is what I'm really looking for. That I'm really excited. Because the big schools are going to have, here we go, like Connecticut and Kansas. $20, guys, Profit X. Go grab that. Miami and Ole Miss first half money line. I do like to bet a couple first half money lines from time to time. But what's the liquidity here? Because this isn't obviously a huge top 25 matchup, but these are two larger schools, and these are two Power 5 conference schools. Let me see what Bookmaker's taking in terms of liquidity on this play. They're taking only $1,000. It's double the amount that Pinnacle's taken, but it's only $1,000. It's 15 cents off the Bookmaker, 7 cents off. This is okay. Again, you get down in these kind of niche markets, first half money line, maybe you don't mess around with it. It's probably where I'll stop here, guys. There's a play here on Profit X with Duke -9 at minus 105. $70 on Profit X. For whoever was asking about the Duke Florida game earlier, I can get this at. No, I can't get it at 4CX. Yeah, there's $24 here. I would bet that. It's just low liquidity. The Irish men's basketball team, send from the Irish. No doubt about that. All right, guys, that's what we're going to take one last peek over at anytime goal scorers because I was a little disappointed with what we saw, and I'm hoping we can see something. No, actually I haven't, but and honestly, it's just too much to keep track of. But I know, but Randall's excellent when it comes to that, so I could see that being very good. Oh, here we go. Better price now on Connor Bedard over on FanDuel, right? Because I'm obviously looking to bet FanDuel. 3% edge, Connor Bedard. I'll go bet that right now. The sad part is I might be almost out of money because then we could bet Ovi too. Ovi and maybe Lucas Raymond. So let's get this Bedard play. I only got about $200, so I might just go $100 on Bedard and $100 on Ovechkin. So Blackhawks are playing later tonight. They're in Vegas. All right, so I can get this at plus 200 odds, guys. I like that. We'll hit Connor Bedard up, and then let's hit up Ovi. This is the late night game against the Kings. I only have $105 left in the account, so I'm just going to bet that. Okay, I'm out of money. If I had more money, I would bet Lucas Raymond. But I'm not going to be able to do that. Okay. And pretty much bet what I should have bet. Little reduced payout on Bedard, so I bet the right amount, and then same with Ovechkin. I'm totally fine if you want to bet Lucas Raymond, guys, on FanDuel as well. Plus 190 odds. I have no problem with that. I'm just literally tapped on money, and the bank that I'm going to go pull the money from, I got to go move some more money over there, so I'm a little tapped there as well. I'll try to get that bet in, though, here. What time is it? Shit, it's 5 o'clock right now. Nah, I ain't going to be able to get that one. All right, guys, that's when we'll wrap up the stream. Really appreciate all you guys hanging out, asking great questions. I will be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let me double check. It really depends on what's going on in the sports betting calendar. This time of year, I just naturally assume there's a bunch of good stuff going on. Some good NBA games going on. NHL, it's solid. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, doing it again. Questions, email me, DM me. As always, guys, you find value in the content, subscribe. Have a great night, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.